Two companies reached out to me and offered their gaming headsets for me to review. One was Jeecoo and they sent me their J100 Pro gaming headset. The other one was Senzer and they sent me their J100 Pro gaming headset. Yes, they're the same headset, so are they, is it any good? Let's check it out. Hey everyone, my name is Joe and I make tech videos for the average user. As mentioned, today I'm reviewing the J100 Pro made by Jeecoo and also sold by Senzer. In case it's still not 100% clear, the J100 Pro sold by Senzer is the exact same headset sold by Jeecoo. They don't even have different branding at all. Literally, the only difference between the two is that the one Senzer sent has the name Senzer in the barcode sticker. So from here on, I will refer to both headsets, which are the same, as the J100 Pro. In the box you get the headset itself, the removable microphone, a USB sound card, a foam windscreen for the microphone, and a nice cloth mesh carrying bag. Very nice. The J100 Pro has a very sleek look and feel. The padding is made of fake leather and is very comfortable on the ear cups as well as the headband. The ear cups go very comfortably around your ears with some decent sound isolation. These feel like they can be worn for hours without any fatigue. The ear cups are very smooth to the touch thanks to its rubberized finish. Now I'm not sure how long this smooth touch will last over time, but it does feel very nice right out of the box. The hinges are made of aluminum alloy. They look and feel quite premium. They only swivel vertically though, or is it horizontally? They swivel on the X-axis, so I'm calling it vertically. Let me know in the comments what you would call this. Anyway, these are really very comfortable headphones. They could only be more comfortable if they would swivel horizontally as well as vertically. The left ear cup holds the removable microphone, which is also adjustable, as you would expect. I will add a mic test later in this video, so stay tuned. This is a wired gaming headset. The cable is braided for added durability and has a 3.5mm TRRS plug, which you can plug into your smartphone if it still has a headphone jack. Thank you, Apple. It can also be plugged into your computer's headphone jack. You can also use the included USB sound card. This also has a braided cable and button controls for headset volume, microphone volume, and to toggle the 7.1 surround sound feature, which I'll talk about in a minute. For now, let's listen to the microphone test. This is a sound test of the microphone when the headset is connected directly into the headphone jack of the MacBook Pro. It is worth mentioning that when you plug in your headset, it is necessary for the microphone to be already plugged into the headset, otherwise the MacBook will not recognize the microphone. This is what the microphone sounds like when using the included USB sound card on the J100 Pro. Do you notice any difference? In my opinion, I think it does sound a little bit better, but not by much. You could have a very good audio either way. Actually, I'm impressed with the sound of the microphone. So as for the USB sound card, as you can see, it has controls for the volume of the microphone as well as volume for the headset. So if I start clicking on the minus, you notice that the volume of the microphone is much lower. And as I click on the plus, it of course increases the volume of the microphone. It also has a mute switch, but unfortunately it has a pop sound. Now you can hear me again. Okay, so if it wasn't for the pop switch, or for the pop on the switch, then I would say that is a very good option. But it's still good to have. It's just a little bit annoying to hear that pop when you activate the mute. Otherwise, it's an excellent microphone. I was actually very impressed with how this performs. Okay, so let me know in the comments what you think about the quality of this microphone. Personally, I was very impressed with how good the microphone is on this headset. It performed quite well when connected directly to the headphone jack on my MacBook, and it appears it was ever so slightly better when connected to the USB sound card. But it's really hard to tell because they both sounded very good, in my opinion. My only complaint with the microphone is that the mute switch has that noise when toggling the mute on or off on the USB sound card. A digital switch would have probably worked a lot better. So, this headset looks great, it is very comfortable, the microphone is great. But how about the sound? Sadly, the sound is just average. To be honest, I did not enjoy listening to music on this headset. And it's not that it has terrible sound quality, it's just that there's nothing special about the sound. As with the microphone, the sound difference when plugging it in directly to the headphone jack or using the USB sound card was negligible. The mids and highs have some presence, but there is a noticeable lack of bass. Now, I don't particularly like bass-heavy headphones, but these would have sounded so much better if they at least had a flat frequency response, which they don't. This basically ruins most music genres, for me anyway. However, not all is lost. If you can apply some equalization to your sound source to increase the low end, you can actually get some decent sound. In my case, I used a Sonic tritone amp, which lets me change the amount of high, mid and low frequencies. I plugged the J100 Pro into the tritone amp and then crank up the low end and voila, decent sound. Kind of. Okay, so it's not an elegant solution. Wait, actually it is an elegant solution, but at least in this particular case, not a perfect one. Let me explain. Cranking up the bass helped the sound a lot, but it still felt lacking. It's like the J100 Pros are physically incapable of reproducing bass, if that makes any sense. By the way, I will be making a review on the Sonic tritone amp soon, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see that. Oh, and I almost forgot to tell you about the 7.1 surround sound feature. Maybe that's because it sucks. You see, when you activate the 7.1 surround feature, if you can even call it a feature, the mid frequencies are cranked up and a lot of the imaging is just lost. Basically, this means that the sounds that originally have proper left and right separation are now completely mixed in the center. They're all over the place. This completely defeats the purpose of the surround sound experience because instead of being able to tell where the sound is coming from, everything sounds all over the place, kind of like mixed in the center. I tested them with movies and surround sound demos, and with no exception, the surround sound sounded better without the 7.1 feature turned on. So for the J100 Pros, I wouldn't even call the 7.1 surround sound feature a nice to have. It's not nice to have. You won't like it. You won't use it. Okay, so let's wrap it up. Who are the J100 Pros for? Considering this headset excels on calls and voice chats, I would recommend them to anyone who does a lot of multiplayer gaming where the voice chat is a critical aspect of the game. I would also recommend them to people who do a lot of voice calls and online meetings. However, if sound quality is very important to you when listening to music or watching movies or TV series, and you also want to have a good microphone, I would suggest you consider the Senzer SG500 instead, which I also reviewed. Finally, if you're looking for a headset with good surround sound, this is definitely a hard pass. This review was made with retail samples provided by Jeecoo and Senzer. No compensation was received and I was not required to make this review. They had no input on the content of this video and they did not see it before you did, so all opinions are my own. So let me know in the comments what you think of the J100 Pros. For me, they're kind of a pass, but maybe for your use case they are pretty good. So this is it for now. I hope you found this video helpful or at the very least entertaining. Check out my review on the Senzer SG500 right here, which I actually liked in terms of the microphone and sound quality. I hope to see you in the next one, and until then, may God bless you all.